One thing that B-boys and B-girls may experience during this dance is ankle soreness. The idea of ankle soreness can be derived from two different mechanisms. The first in my head involves rolling your ankle or spraining your ankle, and the second one is accumulation of eccentric stress during the dance. So whether you're doing top rock, footwork, or power, you're going to be accumulating a lot of stress throughout your, say, a given week. One thing that I like to think about is if you're doing X amount of work, how much recovery work am I doing as well? Chances are your work outweighs your recovery, and eventually it's going to affect your performance in the long run. All right? Or even the short run if you happen to sprain your ankle immediately. So what can you do instead of hanging out waiting for a whole month, 2 months of literally doing nothing? You can use a lacrosse ball. Now if you ever followed any of my other foam rolling videos, you understand the idea of the foam roll with a big foam roller or PVC pipe. Now we're going to use a lacrosse ball. It's a little bit more dense, more a focal point, I guess you could say. And with that, we're going to use 3 or 4 different parts of our body. The first involves the bottom of the foot. You have these things called arches in the bottom of your feet. I'm sure you're familiar with that. But what we're going to do is we're going to step on it, and we're going to apply some downward pressure. All right? And as you can see, I'm just rolling along. Now I'm avoiding like the toes or the actual bottom of the heel. You want to avoid that. All right? So I'm making sure I get both, say this is the foot, the outside of the foot and the inside of the foot. Those are the 2 main issues as you transition throughout your dance. So that's the first part. The second part involves basically your calf, the muscle that's attached to the ankle. Now this could involve your Achilles tendon, but mainly the peroneals are an issue because when you start to move in and out of different movements, your ankle might roll that way. All right, so this is going to be involving your peroneals. Right, you want to have a lot of strength in this position. If you tend to roll your ankle a lot that way, you're not going to have as much strength, along with the ability to transfer that strength. So we're going to use this to go down the ground. So what I'm going to do is, this is the initial part, right? Everyone knows this one, at least if you're familiar with my videos. Get the calf part here. But one thing that may not get across is the side of your calf. Now I'm not, your shin bone, right? I'm not getting that. We're getting the muscle that attaches to it. Alright? So I'm turning my leg sideways. Might feel sore for you, so you can push into the ground to reduce the amount of stress, or you can take one hand away, whatever it may be, in order to increase the amount of pressure. So that's the second part. The third part involves the popliteal muscle. That's the muscle right behind your knee. So if I turn around, it's this muscle right here. All right, this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a seat. I'm putting the ball right here. So this is obviously my knee, it's right underneath it. So I'm going to sit on the box, you can sit on the seat, wherever it may be, or even the ground. Putting downward pressure into that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this foot up to the ceiling as best I can, and then bring it down. Alright, then roll around again, and it rolls away. So the fourth part we're going to do is the back of the hamstrings. Alright, so the hamstrings are going to go right here, and they're going to attach right here at the butt. So we're going to sit on the box again, hopefully the ball doesn't roll away. We're going to sit right here, and I put it directly here, so maybe I'll turn to the side so you can see. Directly under my butt, and I'm rolling around. So for those of us that have tight hamstrings, this might be an issue. You might feel a lot of pressure involved. So instead of stretching your hamstrings all the time, try using a lacrosse ball. Now, one question that might come along is, if my ankle is sore, why am I putting a lacrosse ball on my hamstrings? You have this thing called a superficial back line, or at least fascial. And the fascial lines, if you're into this thing, it attaches all the way from down here to arches all the way up, it even goes to the back of the head. Alright? So the thing that I'm looking for is, how can I affect this? So I'm going to go here all the way down the line. So that's the whole purpose of using the lacrosse ball in 4 different areas that may not even seem connected to the ankle. Alright? The idea with this is it's going to reduce neural tension to these affected spots. And hopefully you feel a little more free